Hello, this is Solving Systems of Equations by Elimination. More difficult questions, or I would say of regular difficulty. Now we're going to solve this system of equations by elimination. And looking at these two equations, they're set up differently. This first equation is what we're used to for an x and a y, and then an equals, and then a number. But the second equation really doesn't look that way. It's got the x on, let's say, the wrong side. It's on the right side. And we'll start out by correcting that. We'll subtract 3x from both sides to get these two equations looking more similar, and the first equation is exactly the same, and I've subtracted 3x from both sides of the second equation to get minus 3x plus 2y equals negative 9. Now, in the last example, we solved this pair of linear equations. And in this one, we figured out we had to multiply the bottom equation by negative 3, and that made these two line up. Trying that technique with this doesn't seem to quite work. There's nothing I could multiply 3 by to get 4. There's nothing I could multiply 2 by to get 5. This was nice. All I had to do was multiply this by 3, and it's 6. And negative 3 made it all the better. So we have to get a little bit trickier. We're going to have to multiply both of these equations by something. And look at the 4 and the 3. If I multiply this one times 3 and this one times 4, then they're both 12. That works. Also, this 5 and the 2. If I multiply this one by 2, well, that's 10. If I multiply this one by 5, well, that's also 10, so that works. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to multiply the top one by 3 and the bottom one by 4 to get these both equal to 12. Now the other choice that I mentioned, this one times 2 and this one times 5, that's done in the book. You can take a look at that solution if you like. But like I said, I'm going to multiply the top equation by 3. So that's going to give me 12x plus 15y equals 105. And I'll multiply the bottom equation by 4. So that's negative 12x plus 8y equals negative 36. See, and now when I add them up, the 12x and the negative 12x add up to 0. So this is going to be 23y equals 69. And now when I divide both sides by 23, y equals 3. And all that's left to do is figure out what x is. So I can use either one of these two original equations. I'll use the top one, get it set up for substituting in for y. And left empty parentheses for my y. Put in the 3. 4x plus 15 equals 35. Now when I minus 15 to both sides, I get 4x equals 20, or x equals 5. So I figured out the solution is x equals 5, y equals 3, and that's the point 5, 3.